Well, hey Capricorn, how about a reading from your metal dog on this, our cardinal signs weekend? What else is going on? Big things. We got a lunar eclipse on the full moon on the 8th here in Taurus. And a T with a couple of other fixed signs, Scorpio and Aquarius. So, does that mean anything to you? Let's see. We're going to have a feeling of stubbornness here. But let's see what's going on with you. Maybe none of that will be relevant. It wasn't in the Aries reading I just did. So just remember, this is a general reading. It may not be your reading. You can check the other placements, your sun, moon, rising, your Venus. Or catch me next time, or just enjoy. Learn about the tarot here. This is how I learned to do the tarot, was watching tarot readers. So, Capricorn, my hard-working dear friends. Some of my favorite people are Capricorns or Capricorn moons right now. Okay, let's see. What is going on? Well, you have some wish fulfillment. Wow, the star. Healing. That's fantastic. I'm happy for you, Cappies. And the Hierophant here. This is our Taurus energy. This is where the full moon is happening. I get this came up in Aries as well, and I get this feeling of this being kind of like a significant, there's a lot going on in the stars, and this is coming in here for you. So you may be feeling that. You might feel, so that with all this fixed energy, you can feel resistant to movement, but I'm fixed all four corners. I've got something in every fixed sign in my chart. And what that means to me isn't that I'm a stubborn, pig-headed jerk. It means that I get shit done. I just keep going. And it also can mean like I have trouble letting things go. So, Hierophant. It's a structural power. It's very certain of its right to control things, to interpret things. And when I look at this here with the star, she's just such a dreamy presence here, looking out at her actual dream. I feel like there's a tension between these energies here. One very grounded and earthy, which is your element, Capricorn. This sort of aspiration that taking you off Earth and beyond the limits that you may be putting on your life here with this Hierophant energy. But let's see as we look deeper. I'm going to do when I started doing the tarot, I used to do this reading all the time. It's a 7-card spread. It's just going to run the gamut of your life. We're going to start in the past. We're going to look at the present. We're going to look at what's hidden, what the tarot wants you to know, which is a card that I always like to pull. How are you appearing in this? Who's appearing in your life right now? Some advice and the future. So those will be the 7 cards. Come with me. I'll take you through it. All right. We're going to use the Good Tarot here. And it's a lovely deck. Associate it with, actually both these decks I learned to use from Sand Tarot, is one of my favorites. Okay, the recent future. Oh, you were waiting, some patience. Okay, did I say the recent future? Recent past, you were patient. Temperance, okay, is that over? So that's the card of Temperance, and this deck is called Patience, and it is divinely supported, a kind of alchemizing and waiting for like the right emotional mix here. It's about waiting. That's why it got renamed Patience. But I always think of this waiting as being about waiting for the right moment, for the right words, till you're clear about what you feel and what you want. So that's what you're doing recently. What you're doing now, 3 of Earth, you are building something, a real thing out of a vision, usually working with others to do that. It's bringing into the 3D a vision. So in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, you would see like the builder, the financier, and the architect building a cathedral, for example. So that's why we think of it as about collaboration. I don't know why, that's funny. If you look closely, and I have never noticed this before, there's like a little, I want to say it's a dog here. And this is always makes me think of like movies. I think of like a movie, like you're making a movie with others is what, I don't know why this card makes me think of the movies. But there seems to be a dog involved. I am being silly. Okay, what's hidden from you that the tarot wants you to know? Fire, 5 of fire. This is, it's a card of conflict and competition. You can see in this particular interpretation, there's a sassy energy here. Could be your energy. And I love this kid's face. It's like, oh, you think your idea is good? Well, wait till you hear mine. So in a 5 of fire, and the reason it's about competition and it can be chaotic is there's no prevailing idea. There's just great ideas and we're all in it and we're like, no me, no my idea. When you get to the 6, somebody prevails. It's a card of victory. So I love the funness and conflict of the 5 of fire. Others don't. All right. You are appearing in this reading very earthy, in your earthy, dreamy Capricorn energy, a 2 of earth, balancing. Could be juggling. Could have a lot of practical things. It's like you've got balls in the air. And it also is making me think about with the eclipse. So we see the sun and the moon will be opposite around the earth here. So, and when they get exactly opposite, the sun will the sun will be blocked by the earth, and so then the moon will go dark. I believe that's what the eclipse is here. But check my work. You know, I'm not an astronomer. And I'm not even an astrologer. I just listen to really awesome astrologers, and then they inform my readings. Okay. So this is you. You're appearing in this lovely earthy way. It looks like you're doing really practical 3D things right now, Capricorn. Woo, you have a sexy queen of fire in your life. This is the people in your life. Somebody is like, wow, she knows how to make the world that she wants. She's the queen of the law of attraction. Well, that's fun. You've got that going on with you. Perhaps that explains this. All of this fire, because you're just much more down to earth, and how you're appearing somehow. This Queen of Fire can also be another part of you. Like, so if you're really practical in one realm, then the Queen of Fire could be another aspect of you. That seems totally possible too. What's your advice here? Looks like you have there's 2 things here you're torn between. You have a decision. Pick one. 2 of air. When I see this 2 of air, I see she's picked one. This is the other one that she's just going to release. She's letting this go. But let's see. We will clarify. In the future, my dear Capricorn, is a 4 of air. This is that energy that the star brought in. It's energy of healing. I don't actually have a clear sense of what you're healing. I see you being very quiet, very practical. And there's some kind of fire around you. With the 4 of air, you go alone and you reflect on your ideas. Your air is your swords, your mind, it's your concepts. You heal your mind when you go into a 4 of air. And it brings in some of this star energy. But what I see in this 7-card spread is the same thing I see in those 2 cards that we had, which is you have an aspiration, right? We can see, look at these 2 cards here. This is how you're appearing. Like you're looking to the high, and here you're looking, I feel like you're torn between something so practical and something aspirational here. And I see that aspiration here. Like you're looking at, you have a vision, you want to make it real. There's conflict because, there needs to be, so there's a lot of tension in your reading, but it appears like inner tension between your Queen of Fire your passionate, crazy dreams for yourself that the star says are coming in. And that practical, structural, earthy Hierophant energy. So what we see you doing is being torn in this reading, in conflict, inner conflict. It could be with another person who appeals to your Queen of Fire side, but it could just be you in tension with you, this extremely practical you with this extremely passionate you. And I just like, this is what you don't know. This is and what I think it is, Capricorn, is like this aside of you. I mean, the Devil card is your card. It means like, it's also a card that's about lust. It's often, negative, addiction, codependence, but it is about pleasure, desire, all this Queen of Fire, Five of Fire passion that is clearly in tension with your practical nature. So we see you in the future healing your mind with the Four of Air. And on the bottom, one card, magical, fiery. It's the Eight of Fire. It's a communication. It is action. It's this. See, to me, this is the dream that the star represents. You're pulled by this dream here, Capricorn, and it's magical, and it seems childish to you. I mean, there's a kid riding a polar bear, for Pete's sake, in the woods lit with lanterns. That's your star. That's the star. That's this magical wish fulfillment, dreamy. And it's like, there's a couple times that this comes up for me with the star and the Three of Earth. Like, it's almost like a movie star fantasy. A glamorous Queen of Fire fantasy for yourself that you're being too practical and you're not letting yourself have. And this is me, because it's the kind of person I am, and the kind of person who is your tarot reader is a dreamer, is going to say, go for this movie star fantasy, go for it. Don't be so practical, Capricorn. I think of you guys, you're so responsible, hardworking, dedicated, serious in the most charming and endearing way. So this reading supports my feeling. I'm joining the tarot and encouraging you to go with the fire here. Go with the fire. Let's see, though. Let's clarify. A little bit tempted to bring in the sexual tarot, but I'm not going to. Why? Well, why would I turn against I have to listen to the cards. The cards say, let's give Capricorn a little sexual tarot right now, huh? Let's do it. We got the Queen of Fire here. That's the card of Capricorn. Okay, let's do it. All right. So you've been very patient in the recent past. We're going to clarify that. This deck is very, very deep. We're going to pull a lot of cards from it. We're going to see some T&A a little bit. Or some breasts and ass, if you want to be. A very hetero deck. And if your queer tarot reader, can handle it. It's also very white. But let's see. I'm going to go with this fire for your reading. I'm going to take my own advice, Capricorn. Okay. All right. So what's going on with this patience? We see Four of Cups. Four of Cups is one of the small worldview cards. It's like, I might as well not even try. Nothing ever works out for me. But I am going to go ahead and look at what it means in this deck, because it's always more interesting. We know also it means chalices, the Four of Chalices, habit, magic of the scissors, of the magnet, and the coin. Okay, yeah, immobility, habit, and indifference caused by routine must be fought. Yeah, that's the normal meaning of a Four of Cups. What else do we have here? Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, there's some stagnation here. Patience. The Four of Cups is like you put in all this work and then you just are waiting and waiting. These two have fallen asleep here. Falling asleep. There's a sense of being tied up. It's a lovely, intimate little nap, but it is a nap. Do you want to look at that? Let's look, because I'd love to memorize this deck. Tiredness. But love cannot remain pure and precious over time unless you learn how to give energy to your partner. Thirdly, the stars. So you've seen this here. Okay. The stars. Card of wish fulfillment. Card of healing. I'm mad at myself that I don't know it by heart because I just saw this in another reading. Attraction. An action aimed at attracting with no obligation brings serenity and relieves the soul of pettiness. It is only a romantic invitation to love. The rest will come spontaneously. So what we're seeing here in your recent past is like a lot of stuck, stagnant energy. It appears that your wish is actually to make an offer. The star is here on the table twice. The wish is to extend just a romantic, fun, and playful author with no strings. But you've been stuck in routine and exhaustion, in just you wait for some reason. You're just, I don't know, I'm not quite ready yet to take action. So that's what we see you doing in the recent past. Now we see you today ready to make your vision real with others, but let's clarify that. Very practical. You're like, I know. Let's build a shed together. Not even a treehouse, just, Okay. All right, Cappies. Come on, babies. Knave of Cups. Well, usually a flirty, fun energy. Young. I'm going to look it up. Bear with me. Knave of Cups. Arousal. Transgression leads to excitement, but neither one nor the other can last without some moderation. It's like going from one extreme to another, or you're dealing with an extreme person. The Five of Pentacles. Being abandoned and left out. It doesn't look like that in the picture. What does it want to? Did I read that right? The Knave. Oh, no. I have to apologize. The Knave of Chalices here. I read the Knave of Pentacles. Made sense though when I looked at it. Doubts are slinking along in the distance. You must find a way to communicate and meet in spite of the considerable distance. And then you get the Five of Pentacles, guilt. The weight of the past and its consequences is always remembered, but must be left behind to break overly oppressive attachments. You must open yourself to adventure and freedom. And the Nine of Wands. Wow, you've really been stuck for a long time, and you're still stuck, Capricorn. This is a long struggle that you've been in. Nine of Wands is when a situation is suspended or blocked by doubt, you must hurry to resolve it because it cannot go on forever. I mean, you're looking in a very practical way at solving this problem, but there's a lot of problem with the past, with the struggle of the past that we saw here. And you actually just have like a pretty lighthearted wish to just do something loving and fun and romantic, but you end up really just mired in your mind, stuck in the past, and really just kind of as a very overly practical onlooker to what the star here in this Five of Fire suggests could be a much more exciting life. So let's see, this is hidden from you. That's what the tarot wants you to know. This totally different energy here, the Five of Fire. Okay. The Six of Cups. There's the past haunting you. Nostalgia. I don't have to look that card up because I know that one by heart. Ooh, Death. Right on. Transformation. Okay. And there's your Eight of Wands. This is the same as this cute little panda right here. So, Eight of Wands. Well, that looks like a fun afternoon. Right? Okay. Let me see. Eight of Wands. I'm going to look that one up. Pleasure in and of itself is like the essence of springtime. Savoring eroticism as a pastime allows you some breathing room. Death. I'm going to look up death, but just to see if it adds anything to know what this says. Abandon. Temporary abstinence from sex reinforces your desire. A relationship undergoing a transformation. Even the end of things must be accepted serenely. And just double check my Six of Cups here. A desire for an ex. Nostalgia. So there's conflicting ideas here. And they're all, so one is nostalgia. One is like, I got to transform this. I'm going to do it by withholding from myself, like sacrifice. I'm going to transform through going through a kind of suffering, sublimation. Or it's the idea of the star here is just having like a sensual, romantic, and fun experience. So these are the ideas that you have. They're in conflict. Nostalgia is a pretty empty gift. Ultimately, you're just remembering the past. It's hard not to have this be about your sex life, Capricorn, but I'm trying to have it be more broad, but I did pick the sexual tarot for you for some reason. So if this is in an intimate partnership here, what I'm seeing is you guys are really stuck. It's a bad pattern. You're not getting your needs met. And it's pretty intense stuckness. And so you're escaping into your imagination. You've long had this vision of just having a light, fun, romantic, sensual life here. Like this. This is what that's about. But you're also going to need to transform something that means that you're a little bit stuck in the past in some way. And I actually don't get the feeling that the past is something that gives you desire or joy. But you're conflicted by the past. And in order to transform this with the Death card here, what you need to know is that this conflict is the source of your problem. It doesn't tell me yet what you should do. We do have a decision in the Two of Air, but we'll see what that is. So you're coming in here as the Two of Earth. Which way should I go? Balancing, aspiring to this dreamy, fun star, romantic sensuality, and but held down. Your practicality comes from the past. From the past has caused you to have low expectations, Capricorn. Okay. You're coming in as the Queen of Pentacles. She knows her worth. She can be a little bit cold. Three of Swords. This is, that's the heartbreak. Your mind gets obsessed with some heartbreak from the past. What does it say in here? I am going to learn this deck, and you're going to have to sit with me through it. Pinching. You must call attention to disagreements and incompatibilities before finding the courage to end a relationship that is now empty. Okay? Four of Wands. Now that is the relationship where you get to be yourself, where you have just so much fun. It's like a big party. You're on a swing, for Pete's sake. All right, Cappy. We got Four of Wands. Playing. Sexual intent is born of play and enjoyment, just as harmony is born of happiness. You're just torn between breaking up with this person and just like cutting loose, but your dilemma makes you cold. It makes it's scary to reach you. That's what the Queen of Pentacles is about. I mean, you kind of are looked up to as a Queen of Pentacles. You're a high ideal for somebody, but you appear cold. The reason you appear cold is that you're actually unable to decide which way to go. They're like night and day. It's Hierophant, Star. Let's just have fun and be creative. This Queen of Fire energy, and then this I gotta go. It's like you're torn between making this fun and breaking up, Capricorn. All right, Queen of Fire. This is who is around you. Could be you. It sort of came in for me as part of you. But let's see, who's this Queen of Fire? Strength. So this is you conquering your animal nature, or there's a lot of fire. So this could be like a fire sign, a Leo, in particular because of strength. Queen of Fire could be Aries, could be Leo, Sag. What else? Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Knave of Pentacles, a real practical 3D offer. But this card warns of like, don't overwhelm, like you need some moderation here. Like he's pouring too much booze down her throat, right? So it adds a meaning to this Knave of Pentacles. Right, so this is person around you, and they are they're fiery. They know what they want. They're balancing that lustful, fiery animal nature of themselves, which they completely own, but with their heart. They have powerful capacity for wish fulfillment, either to get it for themselves. A 9 is a singular, solitary energy, but it's very healthy to be around a person who is in and of themselves content. But they can be a little bit excessive here, because the Queen of Fire she's excessive like that. So if this is you, your alter ego, which kind of has come in throughout this reading, like you do have strength, which is able to manage and control the devil, which is your card. So you're able to, all the addiction, all of the excess, all of the just being lustful without love. You have the heart of strength to rise above that and to be your truest, best self. There's definitely tension, again, between that ability to rein yourself in and just going too far. That's really strong here. It almost seems like the other person, if there's another person that's this Queen of Fire instead of another side of you, your alter ego, that would be why you're tending to be the practical one. Like they're like, let's go, let's do this, let's have fun. And you're sort of a stuck energy here. I don't know. You tell me. All right, let's see. What's your advice? Your advice is 2 of Air. You're up in your head. You're not taking outside counsel. You certainly aren't going to listen to a tarot reading to help you make this decision about what to do. But what's okay, just put this in and process it. It will maybe help you make a decision on your own. Usually 2 of Air, she wears a blindfold that signifies that she's not receiving advice. But there is a choice that needs to be made in this dilemma, and let's see if we can learn more about that. We get The Queen of Wands. Oh, that's some advice. Choose the Queen of Wands. I agree. I'm all about that, Capricorn. The Sun, absolute happiness and authenticity. Well, I feel like the tarot is really helping you out here. I hope you do take that blindfold off. It's a Two of Cups. This is clear advice. Pick this Queen of Fire. Pick this fiery side of you. Pick this fiery person. I see all good with them. They do have a little problem with excess, and they need moderation. If that's you or somebody. But yeah, they come in for me as really fun, having lots of great ideas. And then when it says here clearly, choose that. Choose the Queen of Wands. Choose the Sun. This is be you, be true to you. And this is a Two of Cups. It's a soulmate connection. Yeah. Don't be too practical, my friend. Don't be stuck. If you get stuck, if you relate to that, it's not really up in your head. Although, let's see, we've got Four of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, tired, Five of Pentacles. It's not even your mind. It's like you just kind of feel built for this practicality that feels structural to you. That's the Hierophant. It's also like a part of the astral energy that we're talking about with the T, with Aquarius. Saturn is in Aquarius, and then you've got the moon in Taurus and the sun in Scorpio, and then there's also Mercury and Venus are with the sun in Scorpio. So we've got like tension here, which can cause stuck fixity. So that's here. It's kind of supporting you being in this earthy, overly practical place. The cards are saying, move out of that. I agree with the cards. The future is some kind of Four of Air, healing your mind. It's not very exciting looking, but let's see. All right, there's the Magician. That's pretty exciting. You have all the tools to make the world that you want to live in. King of Wands for the Queen of Wands. That's hot. Yeah. Decisive, fiery energy. Very powerful. And the World. Ending and a beginning. Let's read about the World there. I feel like that might add to our understanding here. The future looks bright for you, Cappy. It's because you've healed your mind that you've changed how you look at things. Magic, intimacy, gratification. Touch ensures continuity, a gratifying and complete relationship, peace and lasting happiness, a serene family. So what we see is you going through a process of deciding, should you or shouldn't you just go for your passionate wish fulfillment dream, even though you feel very stuck in what feels like innate and fundamental to who you are, this Hierophant, all this stuckness. But there's all this fire here too. It appears to be fire in you for some kind of dream in a really broad sense, but it also could be a person who is this Queen of Fire for you. And if you are hesitating to go with that person, the cards are like, whatever, don't even hesitate for a single second. Here lies happiness, soulmate connection. Here lies passion. You're met. You have everything you need to make the world that you want. The trick is that in order to get there, you have to choose it, and then you have to heal your mind. Like this idea that you have, that this is how you're made and you can never have this stuff, that's just in your head, and it's not true. It's usually not true. And one of the things that the tarot is so good at helping us with is quitting ideas that keep us in a dull existence, right? So we can see there's that practical, there's your person is like, come on, baby. She's like, I'm thinking about work. Eight of Pentacles, that's your job. Here's the Eight of Swords. This is you stuck in your mind. It doesn't look like that in the image, But there's like this anxiety in the background that's like the little satyr devil. It's like a fear-based mind that keeps you overly practical. Then we see the King of Swords here. I'll look this up because I want to know about the woman in the window. But the King of Swords is wise. Wiser than the Eight of Swords, that's for sure. And then there's that classy love offer, the Knight of Cups. So let me look up this King of Swords. It's a very romantic story for you if you just get out of your head, Capricorn. Okay. There's King of Swords. King of, the last category, Swords, is love is made of strength. True love is capable of going beyond strength. There are different kinds of strength. So if you've been fortifying your life with being overly practical, not passionate, not having pleasure and play and fun, and it doesn't have to be sexual, it could be just in general. Like this is what this is about for you. We want you to have, this is like almost a childish fantasy here. It's a dream. It's a dream. And it doesn't have to be a romantic story, although the cards made us see that, but it's your dream. And you can get there in many ways. The trick is to get out of your head and get out of this idea, and I feel like I'm repeating myself, but the idea is that you have in your head is that you are so practical and you can't do this hot thing. And you can. And the Knight of Cups, the classy love offer, the romance that we all dream about, you know, if we're honest, like that's coming in. Don't be like her. There's the classy love offer and she's like, I gotta check my email. Okay? Don't be like that, Capricorn. So I hope this helps you. I wish you luck. Do let me know. I always wish people would write on my channel, or you know, if you're my friend, tell me. I know this is a personal reading with the sexual tarot coming in, but I'd love to hear. Have a beautiful day and go for the fire, my friend.